presentation and the training, I probably am not going to see the chat box. So let me see. My screen is being shared. And let me go here. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out how I can talk and also have access to the chat box, which I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay. But okay. Let's go then. It says that I'm screening. My screen is being shared. So hopefully everything is good and we go. I think there is some weird stuff happening here. Let me exit page. Let me exit. I think. Were you able, can you guys write something? Were you able to see my screen? Because I think I lost some connection. Okay, so I'll go back then. But I cannot see what you guys are saying on the chat as I'm working on this. Let's go back. I have to Chrome. Canva. Okay, opening this. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, I think we are all set. I'm going to share and I think now I'm sharing. Okay, so I go to present. Okay, very good. Okay, perfect. So thanks for joining me. I'm very excited to be here today and I'm going to tell you all about the secret how we can prevent disease and lead a healthy life without really spending hours in the gym and wasting our money on expensive supplements. And let's see. Okay, perfect. So you are in the right place if you are a busy professional woman with a lot of stress at work and at home, and you're worried that stress may affect your physical and mental health. And you are also in the right place if you're tired of being stressed out all the time, lacking energy, having brain fog, and feeling drained. You're also in the right place if you're tired of wasting your time and money on futile supplements, ineffective fitness programs, and alternative remedies. And you are for sure in the right place if you're fed up with contradictory data and noise outside in the wellness realm. Okay, let me do this. Here is what I want you to learn today by hanging out with me for the next hour or so. I really want you to take home these 3 key points. I want you to learn how to optimize your gut health so that you become the healthiest version of yourself. And I also want you to learn how to shift your mind and body from the detrimental stress response to the calm and peace where each single cell of our body will rejuvenate. I want you to learn how our mind, body, and gut are interconnected and how you could use this simple fact to transform your health. A few points before we get started. So this training is not really for you if you're looking for a remedy for your digestive issues, if you're looking for some miraculous pill or a supplement, and if you're really looking for quick fixes. This training is not for you either if you're not curious about learning new and exciting scientific facts from a real expert. And in the end, this is not the right place for you if you get upset in the end if I present my offer to you. So if you hang out with me up until the end, I'm going to have a reward for you. So I'm going to have a draw and I will be giving away a $25 Lululemon gift card. So hang in there, ladies. It's worth it. I promise you. Okay. So a little bit about myself. I saw some new faces. So, just introducing myself and my story. I'm a dual board certified physician. I'm a gastroenterologist and internist. I did my GI fellowship at Yale University, and I did my internal medicine residency at University of Pittsburgh. I'm also a gut health expert and a certified life coach. My life changed with a phone call in 2020 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. The interesting part of it is I thought I really did everything right. I was a healthy, young, fit person. I was working out very hard during the years leading to my diagnosis. I was working out in the gym. I was doing CrossFit for at least 5 days a week without any exaggeration. And I was doing all these high intensity workouts. I was doing weightlifting and I was a runner. I did a few races, a few half marathons. So I was really fit, or at least I thought that I was fit. So after I got diagnosed, so the first few months, obviously I was dealing with my treatments and I was really shocked and things were not good. But then when I got out of those initial months and I got out of that phase, I started really thinking hard. I was trying to figure out why this happened to me. I thought that I did everything right. I was healthy and what were really my risk factors? I'm a physician, now I was a patient. So I was trying to put together all these missing points and figure out what really happened that I got here. And there were two key factors. There were two things that basically I realized, I figured that they were my risk factors. The most important one I would say was stress. I had a very stressful life. I've have been through a lot of things until I got really where I wanted. I was a physician and I was constantly under a lot of stress. And the second one was my poor lifestyle choices, mainly my diet. So as an athlete at the time, I was under this impression that we should be consuming a high protein diet, a diet high in animal protein. And I was counting my macros and all this crazy stuff going around in the gym. People are on keto diet, people are on this macro and all these crazy high protein diets. So my diagnosis really was a wake-up call for me. That's when I became obsessed and I did my research. So I knew that my diet possibly played a role, the stress level possibly played a role. So I was trying to put these things together, and I realized that working out is a necessary element of wellness, but it's not enough. You know, everybody, just like if you're in the wellness realm, you see people are all about going to the gym, taking the protein shake, taking the protein supplement. But really, working out, physical activity is necessary. As a physician, I tell you, but it's not enough. It's not really going to save you, as it did not save me. So my entire life changed the moment I learned more about two concepts. One was mind management, the other one was gut microbiome. So I'm going to go through a bunch of truth bombs throughout the presentation, and I'm going to now start with the first truth bomb of the day. And you ready for it? I'm going to throw it. So that's the concept that I created. And this is called, I call it Wellness Triad. And it's the foundation of my signature program that I'm going to introduce today. My signature program is called Transformation Gene. And this Wellness Triad, basically what it's saying that our body, mind, and gut are interconnected. I would say there are three muscles to your wellness and to your health: mind muscle, gut muscle, and body muscle. And you're not going to be healthy and you're not going to be whole if one of these muscles is not flexing. So you really need to work on all these three muscles. So this was the first truth bomb of the day. After my journey through my disease, I made it my mission to help professional women prevent disease and lead a healthy life by saying goodbye to stress, optimizing physical fitness, and gut health. As I said, this is the foundation of Transformation Gene. You have to work on all three muscles: mind, body, and gut. And when it comes to our health, prevention is key. So listen, as a physician, I should tell you, our healthcare system is broken. I cannot really emphasize this more. I'm just like, I see the things that I see in my office, in the hospital, when I'm on call, and between my colleagues when we talk. It's really heartbreaking that all our money, all our energy, and all our effort in healthcare system is going towards the treatment, is going towards dealing with the disease after the fact. While if we really focus on prevention, on cutting things before we start becoming ill, that's where we are going to save so much money, so much energy, so many lives. So I start with gut muscle. So I'm going actually through that wellness triad, and I'm going to teach you what this concept really means. The first muscle, you know, I'm a gastroenterologist, I'm a gut health expert, so I start with gut muscle, obviously. And again, reminding you, I cannot really, unfortunately, access that chat box. It's just breaking my heart because I was thinking I'm going to ask you questions and you're going to answer me or ask. But in the end, I promise you, I stick around and answer your questions. So listen, this gut microbiome, this concept of gut microbiome is mind-blowing. So my mind was blown when I really started learning more about gut microbiome. What is gut microbiome? So gut microbiome is over 100 trillion bacteria, fungi, viruses, and protozoa that live in our gut. So these are the microorganisms that are living in our gut. So listen, there are more than 100 trillion, a lot. And all together, they contain much more genes than our genes. They estimated that they contain 150 times more genes compared to our own genes. So what's the significance of the gut microbiome? So what I would like to say, I always tell my patients and my clients, I love this analogy that I refer to our gut microbiome as the great puppet master. What does it mean? It means that it pulls many strings, and I'll go through all that with you. But just remember, our gut microbiome, up until very recently, about 10, 15 years ago, we thought that our gut microbiome, they're just like these nasty microbes. They are harmful, and we basically thought they're freeloaders, and they feed off of our body. But then we started developing techniques that we could isolate more and more of these microbes, and we realized that, oh wow, they're so beneficial to us. They actually coexist with us, and they are essential to our health. And without our microbes, we are really nobody. So, you know, the idea of, in a lot of cultures, poop is called, considered nasty, filthy. That's because we thought that our gut microbiome is filthy and nasty. But now, knowing that our poop contains so many beneficial bacteria, this concept is changing. So I love this graphic, so stay with me here. I try to make it simple. I'm focusing on five different systems or organs here. The gut microbiome communicates constantly with. So it's our immune system, endocrine system, our brain, obviously our gut, and our heart. So what happens is that our gut microbiome constantly communicates with these organs and plays a critical role in integrity and function of these systems and organs. So in our heart, gut microbiome, very important to prevent cholesterol plaques that cause heart attack or stroke. In our gut microbiome is essential for the health of our digestive cells and digestive system. In our brain, crazy, this gut-brain connection, which is now a buzzword, and we know that our gut and brain are connected. We know gut microbiome plays a critical role in our mood, in anxiety. There is a strong link between ADHD, autism, Alzheimer, and dementia and gut microbiome. The research is going that direction, mind-blowing. We know our gut microbiome communicates with our glands, like thyroid gland, like pancreas, like all these different glands that we have that produce hormone. So the role that gut microbiome has in weight loss and weight management is actually mind-blowing. Now they're trying to manipulate our gut microbiome in order to achieve weight loss, in order to prevent from obesity. And one of the most important ones that I'm very interested in is immune system, that our gut microbiome tightly connected to our immune system. And through this interaction, our gut microbiome plays a role in developing cancers and autoimmune diseases. Ready for the second truth bomb of the day? So I'm going to throw it right here. Listen, this is mind-blowing. 70% of our immune system resides in our gut, in our digestive system, 70%. And it's tightly connected to our gut microbiome. There is only a thin layer of cells between our gut microbiome and our immune system. And the theory is that through this interaction, gut microbiome can prevent from a lot of cancers happening and also prevent from autoimmune diseases. And when this connection, this communication is disrupted, that's when cancer and autoimmune diseases will happen. How does our gut microbiome communicate with our organs? So that's a good question. How does our gut microbiome, it's in our gut, our brain is up here, how do they communicate? The answer is that through metabolites. Metabolites are these tiny molecules, literally they're molecules that are secreted by our gut microbiome, travel throughout our body and go anywhere, and they insert the effect right there. How does our gut microbiome produce metabolites? You may be asking, right? And this is where I want to go. Just bear, just really stay here and pay attention and be focused. I'm sorry, I went back. It seems. Let's go, move forward. And this is the third truth bomb of the day. Let's see what I have for you. Yes, love the colors. Our gut microbiome feeds off of the fiber in plants. So that's their favorite food. So let's see. For example, if your favorite food is pizza, pizza to you is like fiber to our gut microbiome. Our gut microbiome, when they see fiber, they go nuts, they go crazy. It's their fist. It's their sort of like celebratory food. That's what they really love and feed off of and thrive. So when it gets to gut microbiome, I have to tell you really, as a gastroenterologist, as a gut health expert, I see, unfortunately, a lot of noise out there, a lot of myths, a lot of basically BS that doesn't root in facts. So I have to tell you that when it gets to gut microbiome, there is what we know, what we think we know, and an awful lot that we don't yet have a clue about. So notice that we don't really know that much. But we know one thing for sure, and that's science. We know when it comes to our gut microbiome, diversity is an indicator of health. If you want to be healthy, no doubt, I tell you, you should have a diverse group of gut microbiome. You have to add to the diversity. And research has shown that diversity of dietary plants determines the diversity of our gut microbiome. Very interesting concept. Listen to me. So we need a diverse gut microbiome to be healthy. It's just like an ecosystem. The more diverse an ecosystem is, the more diverse a jungle is, like, consider Amazon. There are different plants, different animals, different bugs in Amazon. That's why Amazon is Amazon. That's why it's a healthy, thriving ecosystem. We need a diverse group of animals, plants, and microorganisms in order to have an ecosystem that does not go extinct with any environmental threat, with any small environmental threat. But imagine there is an ecosystem that there are only a couple animals, a couple bugs, a couple plants. Just imagine any environmental threat can come and destroy that ecosystem. So diversity is what makes, it's an indicator of health of an ecosystem. For the very same reason, diversity is indicator of health of our gut microbiome. And what brings diversity to our gut microbiome is the diversity of the plants that we include in our diet on daily basis. These are facts. These are just basically, there is no argument with these. So getting to the fourth truth bomb of the day, ready for this? I forgot what it was about. So I want to tell you, take this home from this presentation, from this training. 30 is your lucky number. 30 is the number I want you to remember after we are done with this presentation. And what does that mean? So this is a research that was done in 2017 by American Gut Project. This is a national project, very important project that they focus on studying our gut microbiome. And they divided the study groups into two different categories. There were people who consumed at least 30 different types of plants in a week. And then they had a group of people who consumed only 10 different types of plants on weekly basis. Then they compared their gut microbiome and they saw, it was shocking that they saw the group who consumed more who consumed a diverse group of fiber, at least 30, they had much more diverse microbiome compared to the group who only consumed 10 different types of fiber. Wow, it's just like that. Are you surprised that I tell you now 30 is your lucky number? As I told you, these are the results of the project. So mic drop really. So I really don't have anything else to add here. You see how fascinating the result of this study is. So very important, try to target at least 30 different types of fiber every week in your diet. Coming back to transformation, Jim, 3 muscles here: mind muscle, gut muscle, body muscle. We went through the gut muscle. Okay, getting to mind muscle, I would like actually to see if I can come back to you guys and see if you have any questions. Let me see. You have to bear with me. I'm doing this for the first time today, and I want to know how to get back. Okay, let's stop sharing first. Okay, I'm here. Okay, so tell me if anybody has any questions. I think I'm back. We will continue, but I want to just come here and check in with you. I see new faces here. If anybody has any question so far. Okay, so Denise is saying you wouldn't be able to, but you can answer. Oh, you're back. Brilliant slides and information. I love the rule 30-10. Perfect. Thanks, Narella. Awesome. So if you don't have questions, I am going to go back to sharing. Denise is saying, as a vegan, I eat a lot of vegetables, but do you mean completely different kind of plants? So listen, what is important is introducing a new type of plant each time. So let's say, for example, if the diversity matters here, right? So try to at least bring in new plants each time. Yes, that matters. If you're vegan, great, you're on the right path. But let's say if you're vegan and you're eating the same things every day, every week, moving forward, your gut microbiome is not really become diverse. So very important to introduce new stuff every time. Okie doke. Okay, so I'm going back. I have problems figuring out this. Okay, share screen. Okay. I come back after this mind muscle, I promise. Just save your questions for me. Okay. I had such a crazy day today. I thought I lost all my slides in the morning and I freaked out, but it seems things are good. So this is mind muscle. Mind muscle is very interesting, guys. Okay, so stress. I know you all are familiar with stress. I wanted actually, well, my plan was for you to ask you, raise your hands if you're stressed out. Who is not stressed out, really? So we know stress. We all know stress very well. As women, as professional women, women who are working at home, at work, stress is a familiar word. And I want to start this with the 5th truth bomb of the day. Stress is a self-generated feeling. 2 things here. It's the sentence has 2 key points. So first of all, stress is a feeling. Stress is not outside. So, we all think stress happens to us from outside. We think that outside we are surrounded by immense amount of stress. It's not true. Stress is all here. Stress is all here in our mind and our body, and we generate that with our own mind. I created this diagram for you. So, and I go through that, and I'm sure after you're done, you agree with me that stress is self-generated. Listen, so the things that are outside our control and they're in outside world, they're called circumstance, and there are things that people do, there are things that people say, there are things that happens like war, like COVID. These things, as you can see, we have zero control over. We have no control over what other people tell or do, or when an epidemic is breaking out, or when there is a war or famine or all these disasters. So these things happen and they trigger a thought, a sentence in our mind. Our brain starts creating stories around whatever is happening in outside world. And that story, my friend, that thought, that one sentence in your brain is generating stress. And stress is that feeling that we feel in our body. We feel we are stressed. We start hunching. We just start getting anxious. You know, that's the feeling, the vibration in our body that we feel. So some fun facts here. I didn't know this about our thoughts up until last year that I learned that we typically have 6,000 thoughts in a day. So there's sentences going back and forth in our brain. 80% of these thoughts are scarcity thoughts. What are scarcity thoughts? These are the thoughts that they're limiting thoughts. They're just like low quality thoughts. They are all around. You can't do this. You're going to fail. You're going to die. This is not going to work. Are you familiar with this kind of thoughts? Raise your hand. I'm not going to see that, but I'm coming back at you. So 80% of our thoughts, 80% of this 6,000 is going to be 48,000 thoughts or scarcity thoughts, and 90% of them are subconscious. We are not aware. They're happening in our subconscious, at our subconscious level, and we are not usually aware of them. So these scarcity thoughts are the thoughts that they generate stress. So it's the stories that our brain tells us. So just raise your hands if any of these resonate with you. I'm not good enough. Nothing good happens to me. There is something wrong with me. I think all these every day. I cannot follow through with anything. I'm not as good, smart, beautiful, strong as others. It's not going to work. I'm not a good parent, spouse, or child. Aren't these all so familiar? Yeah, I tend to call these poopy thoughts, and poopy thoughts, they cause stress. Those are the thoughts that they generate stress. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here, moving on to stress response, and then come back and link these two together. So stay with me. Very important concepts are going to be taught here. So, what is a stress response? Stress response is a bit different from stress. We are changing gear here. So stress response is a physiologic response and a survival tool. What is that? So that's the response. You're driving, just imagine you're driving, it's highway, you're driving, and then the car in front of you slams on the brake. What do? You just quickly, you also slam on the brake. You start flushing, your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up, your heart sinks. This is stress response. You're walking in the woods, and then you see a big snake, a big snake in the bush. What happens? You startle, right? And you start running. So this is stress response. This is a physical response, a physiologic response that happens in our body. So it has helped us survive through various environmental threats. So, you know, our stress response is amazing, has got us here to the contemporary time, had saved our asses through all these different environmental threats. You imagine thousands and thousands years ago, we had to fight with other enemies, different tribes. They were attacking us constantly. There were lions, tigers, bears, dinosaurs, all these things around us. So our stress response is responsible for our survival. It did such a great job that got us here, that we are healthy, sound, and we evolved. How did that happen? Or how does this happen? How does our stress response work? Our stress response, the key player of our stress response is our autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is that part of our nervous system that is involved in key bodily functions without our voluntary input, such as breathing. You know, we breathe without really think about it. It's happening automatically. Our heart rate or heartbeat, let's say, yeah, our heart beating. Our heart beating and pumping happens really without our input, or we don't plan to, oh, okay, I want my heart rate, I want my heartbeat at 60 per minute. This doesn't happen. So it happens behind the scenes. Digestion happens behind the scenes. We don't have any control over our digestion. So this is the job. This is the great job of the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system consists of two main branches, sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So I put it here for you. So let me put this here. So you see sympathetic nervous system. It's called fight or flight. You may have heard of this. Fight or flight response. Our parasympathetic nervous system is called rest or digest. Sympathetic nervous system is the key player of our stress response. When you're running, when you see the snake and you run away, when you are in battle zone, when you're slamming on the brake, that's your sympathetic nervous system coming to rescue. After stress goes away, the acute stress goes away, then parasympathetic nervous system comes and deals with the aftermath of the storm, bring things to peace, just cleans up the mess. So parasympathetic nervous system is rest or digest. It's where peace, happiness, calm, quiet, and healing happens. Stay with me here. This is a very important slide, and it's a very important concept in neurophysiology. So our stress response is directed by hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal axis. Hypothalamus and pituitary, they're two glands in our midbrain, and adrenal, they're two tiny glands sitting on top of our kidney, on top of each kidney. So what happens when we are under acute stress? Our stress response starts with hypothalamus, pituitary comes and gets on adrenal glands on top of kidney, where cortisol and adrenaline are being secreted. Cortisol and adrenaline are called stress hormones. What do they do? They just basically go into blood and get spread throughout our body, and this happens. Our heart rate and blood pressure goes up. Our breathing gets rapid. We start breathing fast. Blood sugar goes up because our brain needs glucose. Our brain needs sugar. So that's why, that's how the sugar in our blood goes up. So basically the goal is to divert blood from the organs, from visceral organs, and get the blood to the extremities so we can run away. So that's the stress response, right? Because we saw the snake coming, we saw the dinosaur coming, we saw the accident in front of us, so we have to run. We have to either fight or run. So then blood gets diverted from our visceral, our gut, our digestive system, and 70% of our immune system, I told you, is located in our digestive system. So blood is getting away from an immune system and our gut. So what happens? Basically, digestion slows down and our immune system function gets impaired. Just have this here. In acute stress response, our immune system function gets impaired because of the lack of blood. So effects of stress on gut. Very important. We are learning more and more that when blood is diverted from gut, so the diversity of our gut microbiome goes down. A bunch of our helpful, beneficial microbes are going to die off. And this is something that, if you remember, I told you diversity is the main indicator of a healthy gut microbiome. Now, stress, what happens is stress is going to kill our gut microbiome. What the heck, right? This is serious shit. Then GI motility goes down. The movement, the motility of our GI system, digestive system goes down, so digestion slows down. When blood flow is taken away from our digestive system, inflammation happens. Inflammation happens in gut. And as I said earlier, the function of immune system gets impaired. There is dysfunction in our immune system. So all these bad things happen in acute stress. The good news is that acute stress is short, then parasympathetic nervous system comes to rescue and just basically cleans up the mess. So things go back to normal, okay? But what if this acute stress becomes chronic? Stay with me. Now I'm linking back to stress. Listen, there isn't any difference. Our body does not distinguish between the stress that is caused by seeing a snake in the bushes compared to stress that's caused by your scarcity poopy thoughts. This is crazy. Our body cannot distinguish that. The very same stress response happens when you think, I'm not worthy enough. I'm going to fail. I'm not a great parent. The very same stress response happens. Your heart rate goes up, your digestions go down, your immune system gets affected. No wonder a lot of cancers, stress is risk factor for a lot of cancers. So when we are constantly dealing with the stress in our life, actually I have to correct myself. I don't like the way I put that in, because we don't deal with stress. We actually create and generate stress, right? When we self-generate stress on a daily basis, when we are basically going through all these scarcity thoughts, poopy thoughts, so our sympathetic nervous system is in charge, right? Just constantly, blood pressure up, heart rate up, breathing up, gut dysfunction, immune system dysfunction. What happens in the end? We end up with hypertension and heart diseases. We end up with diabetes because constantly our blood sugar is up. We get obese because our gut microbiome is affected, because our blood sugar is constantly up. We are at risk for various kinds of cancer, and that's because of our immune system dysfunction, our gut microbiome dysfunction. We are at risk for autoimmune diseases for the very same reason. We are at risk for indigestion and developing a lot of digestive issues. And we are at risk for inflammation, constant inflammation. So this is the slide that I showed you, the two main players of autonomic nervous system, sympathetic fight or flight, the main player of stress response, and parasympathetic is the one that comes and cleans the mess after stress response. So I want to touch on parasympathetic nervous system. This is my favorite topic, actually. You know what happens? Parasympathetic nervous system comes to rescue, get the heart sort of like say, okay, just calm down. You know, the snake is gone, the accident is away, we are not at risk anymore. The heart rate goes down, blood pressure goes down, our respiration normalizes, blood sugar goes down, and immune system and gut function, they go back to normal. So parasympathetic nervous system, ladies, it's where we heal our body. It's where our inner peace lies. It's where our creativity happens. And it's where our mind and body are aligned. I cannot emphasize this more. I always tell my clients, I tell them, you know, I believe the purpose of creation of humans is to constantly approaching a parasympathetic nervous system. You know, we are going to thrive if we are in parasympathetic nervous system, if we are in rest or digest response. That's where all these Eastern philosophers, you see Buddha, you see, you know, all these big people from the Eastern philosophy, they were all calling people into this rest or digest response. If you want to be healthy, you really need to shift from stress response to rest or digest, from stress response to parasympathetic nervous system. How to activate it? How to activate our parasympathetic nervous system? So again, as I said, the things that mainly are rooted in Eastern philosophy: yoga, meditation, mindfulness, living in present. Belly breathing is another one that activates the vagus nerve, which is the key player of parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, we are getting to the 6th truth bomb of the day. Okay. Let me move myself. The most effective way to activate our parasympathetic nervous system is by managing our minds. So listen, if you can manage your mind, you really don't need anything else. You're going to be constantly in this rest or digest response. You're going to be getting yourself, pulling yourself out of that constant stress response. Inside Transformation Gym, I show you how to manage your minds effectively to access your parasympathetic nervous system. And this is where parasympathetic nervous system or rest or digest response exists, right? Okay, getting to the next muscle, body muscle. Okay, let me stop sharing, coming back to you and see what's happening here. Okay, questions? Questions about gut muscle or mind muscle? I see new faces. I'm going to post this replay for people who missed the beginning part, because beginning part, the gut muscle is very important. I'm going to post the replay. You know, there is a second training, the same training I'm going to repeat on Tuesday. And then I'm going to put it, you know, just check your emails. Make sure check your emails. I'm going to send a link to replay. Go back, and for sure, the gut muscle is one of the main muscles. You will see. Go and definitely check that out. Make sure that you go through the slides and presentation. Okay, so going back, I am going back to sharing. takes me so much time to figure this out. Okay, present. Body muscle. This is the third muscle of our wellness triad. So, I'm not spending a whole lot here because it's obvious the beneficial effects of exercise on our health. I'm sure you know. I'm going to touch on and remind a little bit about the benefits of exercise as a physician and give you some truth bombs, make it more exciting, give you some new data. But no surprise. Exercise is very important in our health and wellness. The benefits of exercise is proven in blood pressure and cardiovascular health, insulin sensitivity and decreasing blood sugar, in weight loss, in prevention from colon and breast cancer. These two cancers, very interesting data. Remember this. Exercise is shown to have preventative effects on developing breast cancer and colon cancer, these two cancers, and improve sleep, obviously. So the seventh truth bomb of the day, getting more exciting. Exercise increases diversity of gut microbiome. So for people who were with me from the very beginning, you see how much emphasis I put on our gut microbiome, on the diversity of our gut microbiome. I told you that diversity of our gut microbiome is the only indicator that we have these days that we know this is indicator of a healthy gut microbiome. Our gut microbiome should be diverse, gotta be diverse. If it's not diverse, we are in trouble. We are in bad trouble. Exercise increases that diversity. So diet does, diet rich in plants does, and exercise does. So I gave you two secrets here. Okay. Yeah, we all know when we work out, when we are out and about, when we are physically active, we feel healthier in our mind. We feel more in harmony, and we feel happier, and we feel calmer. So the effects of exercise on mind, the main one actually that you may not know is that it decreases rumination of our poopy thoughts, those thoughts that create stress. We are constantly ruminating this. We are constantly, just catch yourself next time. Tomorrow, Monday, when you go to work and you're all hate, Monday, everything goes down, nothing works out. Just catch yourself when you're ruminating all these crazy thoughts. You're saying, I'm not good enough, nothing works out, I know this happens. So when you're saying all these crazy things, this is ruminating. You just constantly, one thought is coming and going and coming and going, and we cannot break that cycle. When you do exercise, you see you're not going to go back to ruminate the same thoughts over and over. Very interesting concept. The second one, exercise increases release of neurotransmitters, including dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine. These improve mood and decrease anxiety. Exercise also improves focus and attention and promotes growth of brain cells, therefore prevents from dementia, Alzheimer, all these crazy stuff. So again, I'm just putting this, I'm bolding this for you. Exercise decreases rumination of our poopy thoughts. Remember, poopy thoughts are generating stress. And now getting to the 8th truth bomb of the day. You don't really need to kill yourself in the gym to benefit from all these health effects of exercise. I gave you this list. Exercise is amazing. But despite the public belief, we don't really need to kill ourselves in the gym to get benefit from these items that I named for you. What happened? I went back. Okay. So the new guidelines, WHO, World Health Organization, published their new guidelines for exercise. They recommend a minimum of 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity exercise. So 150 minutes a week, if I want to break it down for you, 5 times a week, 30 minutes each, do moderate intensity exercise. What are some of the examples of moderate intensity exercise? Brisk walking is actually considered moderate intensity exercise. If you even walk at a rate of 2.5 miles per hour, which is just like nothing, I think anybody can do that, you get the benefits of moderate intensity exercise. Hiking, vinyasa yoga, yard work and gardening, dancing, swimming, and biking on a surface, on a level surface, less than 10 miles per hour. Again, you don't really need to kill yourself. You can easily bike less than 10 miles per hour and just get all those benefits that I told you. You can improve the diversity of your gut microbiome. You can break the cycle of rumination of poopy thoughts and all those great stuff. Okay, so I'm coming back and see if anybody has any question before we continue with the rest. Okay, I stop sharing here. Okay, so Narella is saying thank you, was so informative and beneficial. Thanks. We are still going, so we are not done yet. Any questions so far? Any questions of gut muscle, body muscle, and mind muscle, or stress response? Okay, let's go. I am going to start sharing. Where is everybody, you know, where are people from? I know we have people from California, we have people from Australia, Delaware. Just type where you're from. Boston. Maris is from Boston, Massachusetts. Nice. Anybody from Texas? Nobody from Texas. Just type Neda. Oh, Neda is from Texas. Hi, Neda. Neda is here. Awesome. Just type and tell everybody where you're from. Marjan, where are you from? Montreal. Azadeh is from Montreal. Marjan, UK. Wow, nice. Yes. I'm so excited you ladies made it. UK, Marjan, it should be now 11 or midnight. Oh my goodness. I'm impressed. Okay, let's go. So I'm sharing this, going back, present. Oh. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce and tell you more about my signature program, which is called Transformation Gym. So I'm not sure the people who are on this call, why they showed up today. So some of you may be suffering from chronic disease. Some of you may be worried about your health. Some may have tried various fat diets, gym membership, and fitness programs, and you didn't get the results that you wanted. Some may be worried about the effects of stress and may be worried that stress can take a toll on your body, on your mind, on your health. Or perhaps some of you just were bored and wanted to hang out with me, which is totally fine. And I love that. So Transformation Gym is where you bring your health to a whole new level. I believe if you have been on this call up to this point, you have what it takes to transform your health. And this is what you can get started with right now and here. I have to move this constantly, I think. And please remember that nothing that I've shared here today is theory or thoughts that might work. These are all based on science and facts. This is exactly what helped me in my health journey. And I have helped many clients to achieve results. It doesn't matter if you have a stressful life and job, you have chronic disease, and you're not plant-based. It's all about taking action here and right now. Seriously, it's all about taking action. Okay, I think it's just, I put this here, my picture for you. So some of the big benefits of Transformation Gym, the program, I truly believe in the program, and it really works. And it's not fad. It works because it's rooted in facts and science. And the effects are long lasting. Listen, when you go and work out in the gym, as soon as you stop going, the very first thing that you notice is that you're going to lose your gains. You're going to lose the muscle mass you worked so hard to create. So when I stopped going to CrossFit, it was instant. So the first few weeks, I really saw, obviously, that I lost all the muscle, just like as if I've never done all these hard work, I've never done all this weightlifting and whatever gains I had from those programs. But when you complete Transformation Gym, you continue to benefit from the tools and skills you learn. You're going to be bringing all the benefits with you, and it's always accessible. It's not something that you're going to lose. The gains are going to be staying with you forever. And it's a comprehensive program. It targets your overall health and wellness. Listen, I talked about the wellness triad. When you go to the gym, you're only working on your body at best. You're lucky if you can get some benefit of that exercise on your body, if you're very consistent, very persistent, and going every, I don't know how many times a week. But you really, when you come into Transformation Gym, you are working on your gut, you're working on your gut microbiome, which I showed you how important it is. And I promise you, the next 10 years, our minds are going to be blown away by this crazy new information about gut microbiome. And your mind, listen, our mind is a big part of our whole wellness. We cannot be healthy if we are not healthy up here. So in Transformation Gym, it's a comprehensive program. I basically show you how you can flex all these 3 muscles in a very effective way in order to achieve your health goals, long-term health goals. If there is one thing to take away, and I've literally cracked the code and hacked in order to show you how to prevent disease and lead a healthy life. And this literally changed my life and the life of my clients. So Transformation Gym is my complete step-by-step program designed to help you prevent disease and lead the healthiest life in the quickest and most effective way. And you will see the results very quickly. Again, the concept of wellness triad. And you may wonder, what is the transformation gym exactly, what it consists of? It's a 12-week online program focused on optimizing mental fitness, gut health, and physical health by board-certified gastroenterologist, gut health expert, and certified life coach, who is me, yours truly. And this is it, basically. It consists of 12 modules. So the first part of program, the first part of the 12 weeks, the modules are targeted towards gut health. As you can see, we have the modules that we have here are created for you is how to empower your gut microbiome, prebiotics and probiotics, intermittent fasting, plants and proteins, refined sugar and gut microbiome. The second part of modules are targeted towards mind muscle and stress management. As you can see here, stress, the cancer of 21st century, the real cause of stress, change your life by these 5 lines. How to unleash yourselves from stress, part 1. How to unleash yourselves from stress, part 2. How to build strong habits, pain-free and with joy. And what's the correct way to do self-care. So these are the 12 modules. Each week you will be receiving one of these modules, which is going to be taught by me. And there is going to be weekly group coaching, weekly live group coaching. It's an hour of group coaching that I will be leading. And that's the funnest part of the program. That's one of the most effective part of program. You bring in your problem, you bring in whatever is causing you stress, and I coach you through that. And this is life-changing, ladies. This is what changed my life, really, mindset coaching. And I show you a lot of different tools that you can manage your mind yourself. And it's even getting more exciting. So I've got Dr. Robin Tiger, the amazing Dr. Robin Tiger, who is a retired radiologist, and she is certified yoga and meditation instructor, and she's a trauma coach. She's going to be doing 2 30-minute sessions of live guided meditation throughout the whole 12 weeks. So basically 24 sessions. These sessions are going to be led by Dr. Tiger. They're going to be live and they're going to be recorded. If you cannot access these live, you can just basically access them on your own time later on. She's amazing. Robin is amazing. If you want to check her out, she's the host of podcast Stress Free MD. Please go and check out her podcast. She's a beautiful soul. And it's even getting better. So we have to also work on our body muscle. So I have the amazing Lindsay Solomon. Lindsay is on the call today with us. So she is going to be leading the weekly workouts. And she created this whole curriculum for you. It's 2 30-minute sessions each week. Again, it's going to be 24 sessions total in the end. It's going to be low intensity interval training workouts. It's led by Lindsay, and Lindsay is an adult gastroenterology nurse practitioner. She is a holistic instructor. She's a certified instructor, and she has amazing energy. Again, if you cannot join Lindsay live, so these are all going to be saved and recorded for you, and you can access them on your own time. So we are going to have a private Facebook group. That's where everything goes. Basically, people as members and instructors, we are constantly chatting with each other if there's any questions, any concerns. And that's where we are going to save all these records and meditation and our workouts and group coachings if somebody cannot make it and miss one of these sessions. So you may be asking, what's the investment? So the investment for 12-week transformation gym is $5,000. But because this is the first launch, that's the first time I'm launching this program, I am offering it at $2,999. And it even gets better. So everybody who joins the program, they're going to receive a 1-year membership to Headspace app for free. It's a $69 value. So everybody is going to get the app. It's a gift from me. It's a bonus from me. I don't know if you guys know Headspace app. It's amazing. I do meditation through Headspace. They have guided meditation, focus time, focus music, yoga, workout, a lot of great stuff. So definitely, it's definitely worth it. And it's even getting better. So I'm going to be having a 2-hour weight loss workshop. And this is included for free for people who sign up to the program. And the value of this program is $399. This is basically, I'm going to show you how you can lose weight without counting calories for good. And this is an amazing workshop. And for people who are early birds and who cannot wait to sign up and they want to register now, if you register by December 15, you will receive a $250 credit. So basically, you get everything for the price of $2,749. And as if it was not good enough, so listen, I have so much belief in this program and in the results that you are going to be seeing, that I put all the risk on me, and I'll give you 8 weeks to test this. And if you think that the program is not a great fit for you, anytime up until week 8, you can just email me and I'm going to get the money back to you without any questions. So imagine now you can manage your stress on a daily basis, and you know how to eat healthy, and you reduce your risk of chronic diseases, and you increase your energy level, all by going through the transformation gym. And these are some of the testimonials from my clients. Roya is one of my amazing clients. She's saying being able to bring back the sense of freedom that was gone missing with my chronic condition has been one of the greatest gifts from Dr. Janguk's coaching sessions. I became more capable of removing the anxieties from seeking external help and instead regained ownership of my wellness. And Sana is saying, I've been much calmer in my head and feel healthier in my body. I highly recommend working with Parasu, especially if you need help managing stress and its impacts on your health. Thanks again for all that you've done for me. Thanks, Sana. So you may be asking, what's next now? So you can hop on, you can register now, starting now. You go to my website, www.mindgutfitmd.com/transformation gym, which is the name of the program. again, all these informations for your review is there, just the details of the modules, what you get, the biography of us, Dr. Tiger, Lindsay, all basically the ins and outs of program is there. You can just go and review that, and you can purchase the program there. If you have any questions, just reach out to me on social media. I'm on Instagram at MindGutFitMD is my handle. You can also, you're receiving emails from me. So you can reply back to those emails. It comes to support@mindgutfitmd.com. I'm happy to answer your questions anytime. Yeah, definitely reach out to me if you have any questions, if you want to ask anything. And yes, with that, I'm open to questions. If anybody has any question now. Marjan is saying I'm off tomorrow, so that's good. Yeah, it's midnight in UK. Yeah, for people who want the replay, I'm going to post the replay. I'm going to send the link to the replay very soon, probably after Tuesday, because on Tuesday, I'm going to have another training, the very same training. If anybody you know that can benefit from the training and hasn't been able to go through the training, definitely send them the links. Any questions? Okay, great. Thanks for really hanging out with me. So I'm just like writing the names down for the draw and see who is going to get the Lululemon gift card. It's going to be Nurse Matri Shah. I'm going to email this. Make sure you check your emails because there are just a bunch of names here. I have to put them down and then I have to do the draw. But I got you. I'm going to have all the names and then draw and then send an email to the lucky winner of $25 gift card for Lululemon. Okay, very good. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate your time. I know it's Sunday and you guys have work to do tomorrow. So definitely, yeah, appreciate your time here. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Denise is saying, thank you. Well done on your first group lunch. Thanks, Denise. Have a good night, everybody.